Hello truckers, welcome back to American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. The sun is rising finally. I've been on the road a little bit here, coming on down to pick up a trailer, and it's a Christmas delivery, but I got my Christmas deliveries all done. This is about the best load I could find for us today, going kind of the direction I want to go. Everything else is like back down towards Texas, New Mexico, which we just came from. I want to head north, so that's what we're doing. And you know where we're at, I couldn't find much on regular freight, so external contracts, I finally got one kind of going the direction I want to go. So that's what we're going to be picking up. Of course, these trailers do pay rather well, these Christmas deliveries, so you know, can't argue with it. Direction we want to go, and it pays well. Let's go ahead and hitch it on up here. While we're parked here, let me put on the parking brake, and I'm going to show you the paint job that you get for doing the Christmas deliveries. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Truck dealers, that's what I need to do. Let's just go do Kenworth so you can see what our truck would look like. Kind of disappointed in the paint job for the truck. Not going to lie about that. Let's go to here and custom configuration, paint job. Loading my Steam inventory. You got to scroll on down, and it's, I forgot what it's called now. Lines of reflection. So that's what the truck would look like. Basically, it's a blue paint job with some lines, but you get a matching paint job for the trailers. So what I was seeing earlier, and when I say earlier, I'll get to that when I'm driving along here. It's been a long evening here in the Peanut household. Trailer purchases. So I was looking at the trailers. I couldn't find the paint job. So I was on, what trailer was I on here? Was it the grain hopper? It might have been the chip van. Where I found it was on the reefer trailer, custom configuration. And if we go to paint jobs on that and scroll on down, lines of reflections, what we're looking for. There it is at the bottom, $25,000 for that. And that's the matching paint job for the trailer. But it's not on old trailers. So if I just back up here for a second, like I said, I was on the, I think it was a chip van was the one I was looking at. And scrolling here, unless I missed it. Could be. Like I said, it's been a rough day here in my household. Yeah, I don't see the paint job for this trailer. So it's not for old trailers, but there's the paint jobs. Yeah, so I did get my Christmas deliveries done. I think I mentioned it last episode. The community was very close to getting it done, and they got it done pretty much after I got done recording and edited and was rendering that video. That was completed. So yeah, we are going to Ketchum, Idaho. I do believe it's Idaho that we're going to, right, Cindy? You're the bookkeeper. That is in Idaho, isn't it? We're in Price, Utah. We're going to be heading up to I-15. And yeah, we're definitely going to get into Ketchum, Idaho. From there, I would like to get up to... we've been through Lewiston, but didn't get into the city itself. And I got to get over to this one right here. I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce that Cora de... I always say I'm not going to try to bother trying to pronounce it, then I try. To make myself look more of an idiot than I always do. Cora de Aline. D-Aline, sure, whatever. Anyone from there? I don't know. I'm going to try. I think I've been there on my other profile, so that's why I probably didn't bother doing it. But I'd like to get up there, knock those two off, and then go through Montana and then get down to Cody, Wyoming. Not all today, one step at a time. This one delivery is good enough for me. So let's get on the road, and once we get going here, I'll get into a little bit of a storytelling of what's my evening been like here. But these Christmas deliveries, if you're looking for some good cash on realistic economy, you know, we're getting paid pretty darn good for delivering this right here. So I'm not going to complain. Speaking of money, we are up to $47,000, so we're doing rather good. Ooh, it's going to be a little foggy this morning headed on out. Let's see, we're going to get there. It's external contract is saying, you know, 2 o'clock, but let's be realistic here. Probably closer to 3, so it should be just a one-trip thing. So, little bit of a story time and what's been going on here. This is the second time I've recorded this episode, and the first one was a total train wreck. Nothing to do with my driving or anything like that. So, you probably heard the story, in a couple of my episodes or other videos that with winter storms coming around here, I have lost power a couple times, and in doing so, my heating furnace, when it loses power, it's a boiler furnace for hot water, and you lose power for 30 hours, and the boiler cools down. The seals don't like that, so they could leak. So I've been having some issues with the boiler today, leaking, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll try to get that fixed. It's not a big deal, things do happen. A little water never hurt anyone. But then I came to record this episode, and that's when it just started going, I don't want to say all bad, but anyways, I was like 5 minutes into recording this episode, and I heard a pop in my headset. And when you're wearing your headset and you hear a loud pop in your speaker, so one of my speakers shorted out on the right side. And that of course, popping when you're wearing a headset is kind of loud. So I was like, all right, I paused the recording, did all that. I got my old headset out, and I realized why it's old headset, because that didn't work completely. I'm pretty sure I didn't keep it. It's been sitting there for a while. Forward ahead a little bit, I found out the headset that I currently have is like 7 years old. I'm like, well, okay, that explains some of it. So I put this headset back on. Did record the rest of the episode. I'm going way too fast here. Record the rest of the episode with the headset with only sound out of my left side of the headset, which is, you think, well, it's not that bad until you start playing the game and you realize this sucks. So I got done recording the episode, and I'm like, okay, I'll get, purchasing a headset, which, New Year's weekend, that's going to be, it's not going to be anytime soon. Or it's going to be, anytime soon. It's not going to be here for a couple days. So I'll have to just deal with it. So I go to, edit the video, render it on up, and, well, for some reason, it did not record my audio, my microphone. Apparently, when my headset shorted out, of course, the headset that I got does come with a detachable microphone, but I guess when it shorted out, for some reason, my computer thought I'd switch it over to the microphone on the headset. So I got about 5 minutes of me talking, and then after that was it. So I went outside and screamed a little bit. Not really, but I went outside to get some fresh air. Nice, it's nice, actually a nice evening here in Vermont for, late December. It's like in the 30s outside, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, so not too bad. So I just sat out there for about 15 minutes, just, breathing in some fresh air, calming down just a bit, just knowing I had to record this episode again. And it's like, okay, I'll log in, and I'll probably end up doing the same route, because the first time I did this episode, I did just a regular freight job. There was a freight job going, guess where? To Lewiston. Okay, no problem. That's exactly where we want to go. So I just reloaded the old save, slept overnight. I thought that load would be there. No, of course not. You already know that, because we're not going to Lewiston, are we? No, we're not. So that load's not there. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So as the time I'm recording this, in theory, this video should have been, my PC should be rendering the video. And I should be getting close to being uploading it, but yeah, so it's going to be a little bit later night than I want it to be. So, my day's been furnace leaking downstairs, some water. Okay, get the shop vac out, carpet cleaner, suck up some of the water, put some pans under where it's leaking. We'll take care of it. It'll get fixed tomorrow. They're coming out tomorrow. And then, of course, the whole thing with the headset, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but when it happens, it's like, okay. But then when you get done recording an hour episode-ish, I think it was like a 55-minute long episode that I had. Yep, okay, so I guess I gotta do it over. I thought about doing a voiceover, but I can do that in Farming Simulator, but not in ATS. It just doesn't go over too well. But then again, I thought I'd be like, okay, we'll just take the same load, I'll do the same route, not a problem. So I'm wondering if today is gonna, trucking wise, if today's gonna be a better day than it was my first time recording. The first time recording, it ended up pretty darn good, money wise. By the end of the day, I think we were sitting right around $71,000. I think it was. I think I rounded up to 72 because it was like 71.9, something like that. So we'll see if I get there today. We are at 57, but we are going to have to pay that $6,000 loan payment somewhere around 11 o'clock. And I just realized I'm not in the correct lane. I need to get on over. So throttle on down. So with that all being said, I'm trying to remember some of the things I talked about the first time I recorded it. If you're seeing this when this episode goes live, it is now 2023. You should be watching this on New Year's Day. If you did celebrate New Year's Eve evening into New Year's Day, hopefully you had fun, you stayed safe, and you don't have a headache. For me, I'm not much of a celebrator of holidays too much. To me, one day is no different than the other day. I treat every day pretty much the same. Just living my life, I guess. Yes, I'm not much one for the holidays itself. But I don't know what I've done yet because, well, for me, it's not quite New Year's. It will be very soon for me, though, in a couple of days. Let's move on over here. So that also brings me to next episode. I am hoping maybe we gotta get rid of this Santa Claus Grinch paint scheme because Christmas now is over for a week. So, and we should be done doing the Christmas deliveries as well. I didn't expect to be doing a Christmas delivery this episode, but here we are. Delivering more joy to Ketchum is where we're going, right? Ketchum? Yeah, Ketchum. That's where we're going. So we'll deliver these packages. Wait, where am I going to bring them to? 7-Eleven. Well, of course you would. A whole bunch of Christmas gifts to a 7-Eleven. That seems about right. Let me set the cruise control here. So, yeah, we'll just get this delivery done today, and that'll be it, because it'll be like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and really trying to find somewhere to drive for 2 hours. Yeah. In the early stages of the series, when the money was really tight, I was trying to milk every hour of my driving time that I had to bring the money on in. But we got a good fleet going, and they're bringing the money just as well as I am at this point. Yeah, so next episode, you know, I don't know if I'll do a special paint scheme or we'll just roll in and just slap a regular color paint scheme on here. Don't know. Have to see how the next few days goes. Meanwhile, I've been doing a lot of research for other videos on the channel. Been doing a lot of research on Farming Simulator maps. Trying to find a second series to go on there. There are a couple maps I'm waiting to come out, but of course Giants is on their winter break for Christmas and New Year's. I don't know exactly what day they come back into the office. I think some of them start rolling in this upcoming week, so maybe some mods will start getting rolled back out again. I might be cutting back ATS videos back to 1 per week again just for a little bit, because I do have some other games I might be bringing to the channel, but it's you know, the holiday season can be pretty hectic, so I'm trying to keep track of what I want to do. I don't want to say bring new games to the channel or what have you yet, because I'm not quite sure of my schedule, and that's why I didn't post the schedule this week. Just wasn't sure what I was going to be able to get out. Plus last week I had the power outages, and now I got some other side issues going on here. And I will say, this headset I'm wearing is... I just hope it makes it till my other headset gets here. I can make it work with only the left side of my headset working. It's definitely not the same though. The sound I'm hearing is... It almost sounds like like if you have a big elevation change and your ears plug up, like or getting off an airplane or what have you, and your ears are plugged. I have no sound in my right ear whatsoever, and my left ear sounds like there's water in it. So that's always a wonderful thing. No, we're staying on the interstate here. Yeah, the drivers are bringing this like the same amount of cash as before. I was just kind of surprised though when I was like, well, I'll just do the same loads. So I figured it's kind of programmed in the game what loads will be what. I know external contracts, you can always refresh those and try to find something. But I'm like, okay, well, just wake up in the morning, that load will be there to Lewiston, and so be it. I do think we'll keep the snow mod for a little bit longer, but the paint scheme, like I said, yeah, it's going to have to be changed very soon. Hey, got a green light. This truck stop. I got stopped twice in my first try of this episode. I got stopped in Utah, and then went across the state line into Idaho. I got stopped. I didn't even see that car there until it was passing me. The only time I've been to Utah, I basically drove through it, really. I drove from Laramie, Wyoming down to Vegas. It's about a good 12-hour trip, I think it was. 12 hours driving straight on down. One of those spur-of-the-moment things that we were bored one day, and we had I was out there on vacation, and she was like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. We were sitting there, and she goes, want to go to Vegas? I was like, sure, why not? Of course, I'm thinking, well, we'll just drive on down to Denver, get a flight. And she's like, yeah, we can drive. It's only about 12 hours. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. There's our loan payment. But driving down to Vegas that time, it was the middle of winter. And of course, the one thing, I see it happen where I am once in a great while, but it's nothing like out there in Wyoming and the flat areas is when there's snow on the ground and loose snow. It could be a nice clear day, but the interstates could be closed because the wind could be blowing so hard. It's blowing the snow right across the interstates, and of course, making the traveling conditions very hazardous. So you can get there and like, oh, it's a nice clear day, a little breezy out. You get there and like, yeah, but the interstate's closed. Excuse me? Yeah, something kind of new to me to seeing the interstate being closed on a clear day. But all right, I got it. Of course, that happened to us on the way back, not on the way down. So that was, I think it would have been better if it happened to us on the way down rather than the way back. Because you drive 12 hours on to Vegas, you spend a couple nights there. You finally get tired of hearing all the bells and whistles of the slot machines and what have yous, and just like, yeah, let's go home. Just realized though, if I get done today, the first time I did this episode, I drove right until 5 o'clock. And we had like just shy of 72,000. So I'll be interested to see when we get done, maybe at 2:30, whatever time we get done, roughly where we're going to be at. Although I am going to get paid myself today, like almost $3,000 for this delivery. So that's what I'm saying. These Christmas deliveries, even though it may get repetitive taking the same trailer, which seems kind of weird because I don't drive here looking at my trailer behind me all the time. These Christmas deliveries do pay very well. That's why when you take external contracts, they're always like the top ones on the list. That's right, I'm going to have to take another thumbnail because the first thumbnail is not going to make sense. Because the first thumbnail, the trailer's not a Christmas trailer. I was delivering, we were taking almond. It just said almond, not almonds, plural, so it was one big nut. And it's not just me. The trailer had an almond in it, apparently. And it weighed, I think it weighed like 35,000 pounds. That's one big nut. So we'll have to, even though I'm kind of taking the same road, trailer's not going to make no sense. So I'll have to make another thumbnail. All trucks, right lane. Yeah, we're fine. So way station 1 mile. I probably shouldn't have done this, but here I am. This is where they pulled me over before. Son of a... Should have known. I didn't know I was that close to it yet. That trucker behind me, well, he's coming in here too, so it's not... And the truck in front of me just disappeared. He did not want nothing to do with going to the weigh station. Yep, there we go. Your vehicle's not in perfect condition, which, as we probably saw, it may have been last episode, my tires were like at 7% and everything else was at 1%. And the DOT's trying to tell me, hey, your truck is, and you know, you got to look after this thing. Round and round we go. Probably should slow it down just a bit. Still should have the Christmas billboards up. I remember that. The first time I recorded this episode, I saw a lot of Christmas billboards. A couple of them actually could be for New Year's. I didn't really look at them too hard. I mean, you could probably make a billboard from before New Year's and Christmas look pretty much the same, other than the Christmas tree. No, we're getting off at an exit up here. Okay, so I'm not taking the same road as before. makes a little bit of sense. I'm not going to the same destination either. Long time since we've been to Idaho, hasn't it? But it's getting to the point of we do have a lot of area to cover here in the States now. So it's been a long time since we've been a lot of places. Not in a hurry, so I'm not going to try to force myself in front of this truck here. We only got another 40 miles to go. Is that guy pulled over? I don't know what he's doing back there. Is he in an accident or something? In real life, I'd probably be sitting here for like 15 minutes waiting for that train to go by. They get long trains out there. Well, just like a lot of areas get long trains. That's right, 7-Eleven. I was like, where am I bringing this load to? Be 7-Eleven. Now, some of these 7-Elevens can be an interesting parking job in the way that I got to back my way in there. That could take me quite a while to get this in, if it's what I think it is. If it's what I think it is, I'm hoping that when I approach the 7-Eleven, the 7-Eleven is going to be on the left-hand side of the road. Because I can pull in there the way I want to and then be able to back into the parking spot that I'm thinking it might be. That was a cop car there. It must have been a true cop car because I was doing 44 and a 35. That's definitely a speeding ticket for that one. So hopefully next episode we can find the load going to Lewiston or up to the other city. But if not, we'll just have to maybe go through Cody, Wyoming somehow. Well, crap. It's going to be on the right-hand side. But that's what I'm saying. Only if it's the delivery point. I'm thinking it might be, and I don't, won't know until I actually see it. Right now, I'm thinking it might be. Is there a stop sign here? Not really. Not for me, there isn't. And it is the convenience store or the drop-off location I know it to be. So this could be a little fun getting this in here. Gonna swing it wide. Oh, wait. They got a... Oh, wait a minute. They changed. This is not the exact one I thought it was. Alright. So that's good. Yeah, it's not the one I thought it was. What I was thinking it was is you got to park it right where I am now, and there's a wall back here, so I'd have to pull in and loop around. There's not two entryways coming in. But it's this one right here. Okay, this is still kind of a difficult one where it is. But overall, it's not that bad. I may be able to sneak it around that wall, but let's not. Oh. Gotta get in reverse, first of all. Okay, it's going to take me a couple attempts to get it where I want it to be. No, straighten this out a little bit. I overcut it too much. Yeah, I overcut it too much to begin with, so I need to start over on that one. Ah, it's got to be close. But now I should not have a problem, but the way my day's been going, maybe. Yeah, this is a straight shot. It shouldn't be an issue at all. Let's go ahead and decouple. So we're sitting at just shy of 63,000. So we're going to be like at 65,500, something like that. Where's the money when I'm on here? I have no idea where the money is. Oh, 65,642. Not too bad. Not going to complain about that at all. Uh-oh. Here we go again. So I either go back down the road where there's no stores to get a rest area. This loop right here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to get no loads there either. Avoid Ketchum, Idaho. um, I don't really need fuel now, do I? Guess it doesn't really. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go right down to this rest area right here. In the beginning of next episode, I don't know what time it's going to start, because you got to go to Twin Falls, which, you know, it's not that far, it seems like. Or I have to go over to Boise. Salmon would be a long drive before I get a load. Let's go down and at least get ready for the evening. So it's going to be like a half-hour drive. I can always fuel up when I get to a town in the morning. Although I don't think I need fuel that badly. Are you just stopping for me, or what? It's what you get for always assuming that the city you're going to is going to have a rest area somewhere close, and this is still not bad. I guess I could always come back here in the morning and get a load as well. I mean, it's only a half hour away. Actually, up here it looks rather pretty with all the snow-covered trees and the snow on the side of the road. It looks like I'm going to end up with roughly the same amount of money as I had the first time I did this episode. So, you know, 70,000-ish. Not too bad. About halfway to where we need to be to get ourselves another truck and driver. And that's why I kind of was talking about the first time we did this episode, about what to do after that. So I'll see if I can keep that in my memory bank for next episode and talk about that. But at the beginning of the next episode, I'll probably bring you in. I don't know when at this point. Like I said, if I go back and get a load where we just left, it's not that bad. It's only half hour up the road. If I got to go to wherever to get a load, it could be a late start in a sense. Just have to drive to where the load is at. I would like to get up to Lewiston, but if nothing's going that way, then yeah, morning will tell us. I don't think this is where I'm going, although maybe it is. I might hit a invisible wall here. I think I turned too quickly. I'm waiting for the truck to go thud. Well, but this is actually the parking lot I want to get to. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. We'll have to see what next episode brings. But there we're at. And, well, we really don't have a place to really go now, do we, Cindy? No place to really go shopping at, no place to really eat at. So hopefully we got some grub in the back seat somewhere. There is a reefer behind her seat, so maybe there's something leftovers in there. I don't know. Um, it is what it is. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.